Hey guys, Richard from the Poke Family here again. Today we're in Rosehill Park, or is it Rosehill Victoria Park, here in the UK, in the Barnsley area. Well, it's near Rotherham in South Yorkshire, so it's fairly close to where we live. We've been here before, but not for a long time. It's been quite a while since we've been here. This is the sort of place that I'm talking about. Right now, I don't know whether there's an echo, a little bit, because I'm inside a bandstand, which is a gym in the game. I'll put my screen up so you can see. There's the gym. So, today, I wanted to do two things. Number one, I want to incubate these 10k eggs. Get that done. 2, 3. Use these super incubators. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those are incubated, and hopefully I'll walk enough today to get those hatched. It will probably be right at the end of the video when I get to that. But the second thing that I wanted to do is talk about what I think is going to happen in the near future in Pokemon Go. Let's find a place to chat. So guys, first things first, I want to start with a huge disclaimer. This is my opinion. This is not fact. This is not something that's been given to me by Niantic. This is not something that I've taken from another YouTuber. This is simply my opinion. Some of it is formed from reading articles on the internet, on websites such as Pokemon Go Hub, Silph Road, certain Reddits that are out there. So my opinion is informed, but it is only opinion. So take what I'm going to say with a pinch of salt, form your own opinions about it, and let's see how things go. So, I've got 3 ideas on what's going to happen over the summer and towards the beginning of autumn this year. The first idea, this is the first thing that I've seen talked about out there, that I agree with, that I think is definitely going to happen. I think it's definitely going to happen. Who knows? Yeah? So, a gym rework. We had a gym rework during the summer of last year, where we went from the old gym system with the training up and the prestige, and at least in my community we called them towers, where you started off with 3 Pokemon allowed in and you had to build them up and up and up and up. And we swapped over to the current gym system where you take over and it opens up 6 slots for your team, or 6 slots for any team, should I say, and the first person that puts in the team becomes their colour with 5 spare slots. Now, the reason why I think that it's going to change over is because the old system was too complex and too time consuming. The new system is the exact opposite. It's too quick, and it's too simple, and it's difficult to defend gyms. It is possible to defend gyms, but it's difficult to defend them. Now, there's a kind of consensus amongst my community, and I agree with this, that I think that it's going to go to kind of an amalgamation of both of those gym systems. And what I mean by that is it's going to be similar to the current gym system where you've got 6 spots, or maybe 8 at a maximum rather than 10 like before. And one of the things that you can do is build up Pokemon's motivation by training it if it's from your own team. If it's from an opponent's team, so for myself I'm Valor, so if it were a Mystic or Instinct gym, I still battle it as normal to take over. If it's my colour, I can still choose to battle it, but what that does is increases the motivation of the Pokemon in the gym, and helps with the Ace Trainer medal, which is now sat there defunct. It still exists in the game. If you start a new account, it's still there. You can't do anything with it. It allows you to complete that, and maybe some of the slots might be activated via this increasing your road team's motivation. I don't think it should be for the entire gym. Maybe even on the last 2 slots, so 5 or a 6 or 7 or 8. I think that we should go for an amalgamation, so it's a little bit more complex but not as time consuming as it used to be. It used to be crazy, guys. If you didn't play back in the old system, oh my god, we would spend hours and hours and hours building up these gym prestige, and it was very frustrating when people took gyms from you. Very frustrating, and I think that will be extremely divisive in our current community. I think Niantic knew that when they swapped over Ready for Raids. They wanted to bring the community together. No more tribal warfare, more teams kind of working together, rivals, not enemies. So that's the first one. So the second one, guys, in my opinion, is the implementation of Gen 4. And the reason why I think Gen 4 is coming, the last 2 generations, Generation 2 and Generation 3, were implemented during winter in the Northern Hemisphere, which is a low point for Pokemon Go, and I get why they would implement something so huge at that point in the season of Pokemon Go, because it keeps people's interest. People will go out hunting and it gives them something to do. However, I do think that this year Gen 4 is going to be implemented during the summer, and the reason for that is because I think they're building up, they're speeding up the process. If you look at the process that they have now, we're having event after event after event. They've got big events advertised early with lots of information about it. Niantic have got into a role, and they're starting to produce lots of content to keep people interested and sell loot boxes. Essentially, they're a business and they need to sell stuff to stay afloat. They keep our interest and sell their products, their digital products, by producing more content. I think Gen 4 is definitely going to be a summer release, a late summer release. It's going to be a rolling release, just like Gen 3, to take us into autumn and maybe early winter, with the winter events taking over. I think they're going to have quite solid Christmas events, etc., to tide us through winter. Interesting events to keep us involved in the game rather than releasing a generation. And it kind of ties in to my third point, because it means that Niantic will have access to the legendaries from Gen 4 and Giratina, etc. And what the reason for that is because I think during the summer, more specifically at the end of the summer this year, we're going to see a changeover in EX Raid Boss. Mewtwo is finally going to leave our shores. It's going to no longer be available and probably be rehashed in some other way later. Maybe a special quest line, maybe an amalgamation of achievements to allow people who didn't get EX Raid Passes to have an opportunity to get one. They will cycle another Raid Boss in. Now, in all likelihood, I think that Raid Boss will be Deoxys from Gen 3. But if Gen 4 is out, then we have access to more Raid Bosses that they could put to one side for that purpose. I'm not saying that that's what they're going to do. I'm not saying that I've done loads of research about Gen 4. I'm currently playing Platinum on my 3DS, but I've not got as far as the legendaries yet, so I don't know a lot about them, but it just gives them more access. I know that there's a lot of dragons in both Gen 4 and Gen 5, so dragons seem to make a good candidate for something that would go into an EX raid. in all likelihood Deoxys, but more options if Gen 4 is available. So on top of the two things that I've just predicted, the three things should I say, that I've just predicted, I think obviously we're going to see more rolling events. We're going to have probably another water event, probably a fire and ice event, etc., like we did last time, with different ideas implemented, much like Adventure Week has just happened. Last year we had like Aerodactyl spawning in the wild more often. I completed my Gen 1 Pokédex, excluding regionals and legendaries, at last year's Adventure Week with a rare spawn of Aerodactyl. This week we saw them in quests, so you had access to shinies, etc. I think that it's going to move in that direction, and they're going to have somewhat predictable events, at least for this year. Maybe next year it will be different. Next year they will completely start afresh with new ideas and new events. But this year I think it will be a rehash, but with different flavours, with different quests, with different raid bosses, etc. in there. Now they've got a lot more tools to play with to make an event feel like an event. Whereas before it was just about the spawns. So Pokemon Go, in my opinion, is still going strong, guys. Still going super strong. The events are fantastic. The upcoming big events, the Safari Zones, Pokemon Go Fest, looks amazing. I'm so upbeat about it. I can't wait to get to Dortmund later this month. It's just going to be so good. It's just going to be so good. So guys, I'll be back when I've hatched my eggs. See you in a bit. So guys, my eggs have hatched. I'm walking on the canal near where I live. You've probably seen me filming on here before. However, a place that I've never been on camera is here, and there's a reason for that. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to pop in and I'm going to come back out to the well lit area to do the eggs. But before I put my screen up, Pokemon Go fetches you to some really beautiful places, and this place is beautiful, but it's also very sad. So this tree here is a memorial to someone who unfortunately took their own life, which is very sad and it's very somber, but it's also beautiful. These memorials are here and they stay here all the time. It's sad but beautiful, and I walk past this regularly when I'm playing Pokemon Go, and it just makes me stop and think for a second and think, you know what, life is good. It's generally good. I'm happy. I get to play this game. I get to go out and I get to see beautiful places like this. Look at that. It's just cool. Life's good. Life's good. And I'm glad I get to do this. Anyway, screen up. Egg number 1. 517 CP is a perfect Larvitar. That's what I would like to see on my screen. I've got 8 10k eggs. Hopefully a lot of them are Larvitar, and hopefully a lot of them are good, ready for Community Day on the 16th. Let's see. Egg number 1. Let's see if I can keep count. So egg number 1 is Trapinch. Not so good. Maybe this round will not be great. Let's give it a quick appraise. Amazer, so it's above 80. Defense. Probably not great. Egg number 2. Slack off. Another not so great option. 516. Simply Amazer, so it's above 80. Attack. Excellent stats. That means its attack stats 13 or 14, and the others are lower than that. Instant transfer. Egg number 3. Come on, Larvitars. Come on, Larvitars. Where are you? Porygon. Let's praise this. Simply Amazers. Defense. Maybe. It depends what its other stats are. Egg number 4. A Dratini. maybe, if it's a good one. 480, I don't think that's good. Hasn't got attack, but it's got 15 defense and 15 hit points. I need to check that. Egg number 5. Come on, Larvitar. Bagon, that's not a bad hatch. 573. Strong. Oh well, some candy. Instant transfer. What's this? 6 now. So 3 left. Come on, Larvitar. Feebas. I still haven't done a melodic. 124 though. That might be 98%, you know. I'll check that. Beldum, not bad, not bad. 470. Only got 15 hit points, and then I think this is the final. No Larvitar this time. That's a bit sad, but another Feebas. 119, not as good as the last one. I'm going to transfer that one, I think. So there we go, no Larvitar this time. That's a shame. I did remember to put a star piece on though. So, 8 egg hatches. All my commentary on what I think is coming this summer in Pokemon Go. That's the end of the show, guys. See you in the next video.